Salut lume și bine am regăsit la un nou episod din WWE 2K Showcase.
It's the big show.
San Antonio, Texas, Vengeance 2011. Big Show versus Mark Henry.
The following contest is set for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the challenger, standing 7 feet tall, weighing in at 441 pounds, the Big Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, a few weeks ago was the emotional return of the Big Show. Let's remember, he was the first man to join Mark Henry's so-called Hall of Pain when the world's strongest man crushed Show's fibula.
And ever since Big Show returned, he has used that injury as a motivation to capture the World Heavyweight Championship.
And from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 412 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
We've seen Big Show put Mark Henry through an announce table with a choke slam, and Show also knocked Henry out this past Friday on SmackDown with his weapon of mass destruction. You think Big Show is in Mark Henry's head?
Well, he's definitely playing mind games with Mark Henry, but I don't think Big Show's in his head. Not after what Henry did to John Morrison last week. Mark Henry is absolutely focused.
It's the
world's strongest man, Mark Henry, defending his World Heavyweight Championship against the world's largest athlete, the Big Show.
Oh, and I think Mark Henry might be suffering from V5 phobia. You know what that is, Cole?
Nope.
The fear of giants.
It would be justified, King. I mean, Big Show has a fist that measures 15 inches.
Wow.
That's like the size of a sledgehammer head coming at you. You're watching this match all over the world tonight. Places like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Austria, and of course, our men and women of our U.S. Armed Forces watching all over the world and on our ships at sea.
You mentioned ships? Well, this one's going to be like two ships passing. Well, they aren't going to be passing tonight. They're going to collide.
Nearly a half ton of humanity in the ring for this matchup, a combined 897 pounds.
Massive counter from Mark Henry.
Tereza, puteți în jos. De unde?
And Mark Henry, what offense. And he kicks out. The world title up for grabs. Nobody wanting to make an error in this one.
Watch out.
He just powered him up.
Reverse.
Telegraphed in. Henry capitalizes.
And that one hit with the force of a big rig.
Lovitură la cap.
Is there anything nastier than that move? Mark Henry and Big Show have so much in common, aside from the obvious size and strength similarities. For instance, both are former ECW champions.
Yeah, and fortunately for them, both unsuccessfully tried to end Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. These are two of the largest men in the world battling over the World Heavyweight Championship. We're really testing the limits of that ring.
And this one truly is giant versus giant. There's so much riding on this one, King.
And you got that right, Cole. Big Show wants revenge, obviously. But Mark Henry wants nothing more than to continue his reign at the top. After 15 years of waiting, he's not even close to ready to give all that up. He's got his opponent, and what's he going for here? Uh-oh, it might be time to run. Oh, and he lands that one right to the head.
Big Show escapes that one.
Yeah, cat-like quickness out of the world's largest athlete. There's a line I never thought I'd say. And he just used him like a doormat. You know, it was a bit unorthodox, but you have to appreciate the way Big Show got this title opportunity tonight. He saw something he wanted, and he went after it.
Unorthodox indeed. After Mark Henry refused to grant Big Show a title match, Show simply attacked Henry until General Manager Theodore Long had no choice but to give in to Big Show and give him the match he wanted.
Yeah, you know, if Theodore Long never gave Big Show his match, there's no telling what type of long-term damage Mark Henry would have sustained.
I'll tell you what would have happened. Big Show would have returned the favor. He would have broken Mark Henry's leg. I'm convinced of it. Given what he's been through the past several weeks, Big Show has to be concerned for the well-being of his injured leg.
Yeah, I know Big Show was eager to get back in the ring, but there's no way that he's 100% healed right now. He may be asking his leg to do too much, too soon.
If Mark Henry...
Oh, resounding move by Big Show. Big Show was very emotional when he returned. He almost broke down into tears, Michael. He wants so badly to repay Mark Henry for
kick out.
Big Show
defeated
Mark Henry. Oh man, well, he said he was going to do it, and he did. Hats off and my crown to the Big Show.
Fuck it.
They're watching this match all over the world tonight in places like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Austria, and of course, men and women of our U.S. Armed Forces watching all over the world and on our ships at sea.
You mentioned ships. Well, this one's going to be like two ships passing it. They aren't going to be passing tonight. They're going to collide.
Nearly a half-ton of humanity in the ring for this matchup, a combined 897 pounds.
Yeah,
these are two of the largest men in the world battling over the World Heavyweight Championship. We're really testing the limits of that ring.
Yeah, this one truly is giant versus giant. There's so much riding on this one, King.
Then you got that right, Cole. Big Show wants revenge, obviously. But Mark Henry wants nothing more than to continue his reign at the top. After 15 years of waiting, he's not even close to ready to give all that up.
Given what he's been through the past several weeks, Big Show has to be concerned for the well-being of his injured leg.
Yeah, I know Big Show was eager to get back in the ring, but there's no way that he's 100% healed right now. He may be asking his leg to do it with one arm and one hand.
In the past few weeks alone, Mark Henry has left a weight behind him that includes Randy Orton, Christian, John Morrison, and Sheamus.
Yeah,
oh boy.
Heavyweight champion. Big Show is defeated Mark Henry. Oh man, well, he said he was going to do it, and he did. Hats off and my crown off to the Big Show.
Ja bih ga svi deđaba. Što pekalata će si faći.
They're watching this match all over the world tonight in places like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Austria, and of course, our men and women of our U.S. Armed Forces watching all over the world and on our ships at sea.
You mentioned ships. Well, this one's going to be like two ships passing it. Well, they aren't going to be passing tonight. They're going to collide.
Nearly a half-ton of humanity in the ring for this matchup, a combined 897 pounds.
Watch out here.
A colossal counter.
And now it's Mark Henry with momentum.
He saw that one coming.
King, these two giants are battling for the World Heavyweight title, a title that can be traced all the way back to Big Show's days in WCW and beyond.
And the last time Big Show had that title in his possession was the summer of 1996 when he was competing in WCW as the Giant.
Let's not forget, though, since that time, Big Show has captured the WWE title on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah, and that's not all. Big Show has literally captured every championship in the WWE, with the exception of the Intercontinental title. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him win that someday, too. These are two of the largest men in the world battling over the World Heavyweight Championship. We're really testing the limits of that ring.
And this one truly is giant versus giant. There's so much riding on this one, King.
And you got that right, Cole. Big Show wants revenge, obviously. But Mark Henry wants nothing more than to continue his reign at the top. After 15 years of waiting, he's not even close to ready to give all that up.
Given what he's been through the past several weeks, Big Show has to be concerned for the well-being of his injured leg.
Yeah, I know Big Show was eager to get back in the ring, but there's no way that he's 100% healed right now. Big Show! What a slam!
In the past few weeks alone, Mark Henry has left a...
And he manages to get the shoulder up.
Finally. Мои пустования.
Big Show taking advantage. He was one step ahead of that one. Good God. Is he pressing a secret button to move that fast? I mean, those kicks won't give you a good feeling. I can promise you that. Henry is just too strong to get caught in a move like that.
Big Show's feeling it. Big Show just missed his chance to take care of business there. Oh my, what thunderous impact. He's looking to fly.
Oh, Mark Henry's Hall of Pain is getting crowded. But you know, Cole, by the looks of things here, they may need to make room for the first ever 2-time inductee. The Big Show.
Big Show will need to find a way to counter this attack by Mark Henry if he plans on walking away tonight with the World Heavyweight title.
I don't know, Cole. Mark Henry says he's never, ever losing the title. And by the looks of things, he might be telling the truth. Trying to get under his opponent's skin with this one. Oh, his body has to be broken right now. Oh, boy, did he get dropped or what? Mark Henry is not someone to sleep on. Uh-oh, look at this. Oh,
military press.
A resounding move by Mark Henry. He's looking at it. Henry. That's it. He's out. We got to cover. 2.
Big Show just barely escapes.
Oh, look at this. Mark Henry has the Big Show down. And wait a minute, Cole. What's Mark Henry got in mind? Is Mark Henry going to the top?
He wants to end Big Show's career here. But look at Big Show. Uh-oh. Big Show's got Mark Henry. He's going to make Mark Henry pay. Whoa! What a choke slam!
To the world's strongest man. And look.
The cover. And a kick out by Mark Henry just barely.
That's the strength of Mark Henry. Only a Mark Henry would be able to kick out of a cover by the world's largest athlete like that.
Big Show can't believe it. Henry's down and out, but he still managed to kick out. And that's a stiff kick.
Oh, the punch connects.
Trebuie să luăm ringul. Să observăm, vedeți, corner, oh my
Big
god.
Show was very emotional when he returned. He almost broke down into tears, Michael. He wants so badly to repay Mark Henry for what he did to him at Night of Champions.
Big Show has promised to repay Mark Henry 10 times over for all the pain he suffered both physically and emotionally over the past several weeks.
Yeah, and that's not all, Cole. He's also promised to take from Mark Henry the one thing that validates his entire career, and that's the World Heavyweight Championship. He was able to reverse that.
Oh. No.
Drop.
Rope break.
Big Show easily counters that. What a display. And just tossing him to the ground. Big Show going for the cover, and they kick out at 2.
I dat în colț. Are. Și ăla e bun. Nu mai contează. Oricare e bun.
Perched high, this could be big. Playing mind games. Yeah, a little intimidation there. I think I saw Joe fly out. A quick punch to the gut.
Ai carte stamina.
Quick thinking to avoid that. Mark Henry mockingly told Big Show he should be thanking him for offering him a 4-month vacation.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that Big Show's injury was far from a vacation. I know for a fact that he spent hours a day rehabilitating that leg just so he could climb back into that ring here tonight.
And you would have to think that along the way, Big Show used the image of Mark Henry walking around with the World Heavyweight Championship as motivation.
The more punishment he takes, the slower and slower he is getting back to his feet.
And that was a huge counter.
Acum, hai. Dă-i. Rupe făș.
If anybody has the strength to win this match, it's Mark Henry.
My gosh, how strong is Mark Henry anyway? That was unreal.
Și acum, haideți. Să terminăm și asta.
He's in a bad spot here.
Yeah, oh my god.
Doing whatever it takes to win.
De ce dată băi motostivitorile?
Trying to put him away.
Harry a câștigat. Da.
Well, nearly a half ton of humanity in the ring in this matchup. Combined 897.
Mark Henry had his sights set on his next victim.
Daniel
Mr.
Bryan.
Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan.
That man is in pain. Big Show at Survivor Series. One of us is going to get carried out of there.
Big Show knocked out Mark Henry. Oh, you may want to think twice about this. Show, don't do this. Oh, my God. Somebody's just been hurt as Mark Henry may have a broken leg or ankle.
I just did to you what you did to me.
Big Show just knocked out Mark Henry with the weapon of mass destruction.
Yep.
Daniel Bryan is cashing in his world title opportunity. It's happening. Henry down, new champion.
Daniel, Mark's not been medically cleared to compete. Therefore, you are not the World Heavyweight Champion. But I tell you what, I am going to give you another opportunity for a world title match. And it will be a fatal four-way match between you, Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett, and Randy Orton.
Yep.
Daniel Bryan will face Mark Henry for the World Championship.
With this career-changing victory, Bryan finally had the opportunity of permanently closing the doors to the Hall of Pain if he could get past the world's strongest man inside a steel cage.
Doar cam atât pentru acest episod. La revedere!